Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in today to Choppa History. We have a really cool show today with Kelly from the Twisted Oz Museum. I'm going to give a shout out to Indian Motorcycles, Law Tigers, and Badlands. Thank you guys for sponsoring Choppa History so that we can keep bringing you these shows with cool guests. I feel like the camera's like out today. You can see all the nonsense in my office. So that's going to be our show today. I just want to give you guys a reminder. If you want Perowitz gear, don't forget hotleathers.com. You can get t-shirts, sweatshirts. They have some women's stuff. So go over to hotleathers.com. Also, don't forget on Instagram, Perowitz_CycleFab. We've been posting over there a whole lot more. So make sure if you're on Instagram, you're going over to our page, Perowitz_CycleFab. Today, we are broadcasting not only on the Perowitz pages, but also on Cycle Sources pages. So I hope that we're getting some new listeners or viewers. If you guys are new to our show, comment and let us know, because we like, our regulars that we have on here, as well as we want to see who else is on here and where you're from even. So let us know. I see Mike Woodshack, Jeremy, the dude,
yeah. Gary Raphael. Hey, Gary.
Jeff Zeller, have you been out riding the sleds? No, we haven't gotten any snow here.
Yes, but we're expecting it tomorrow.
Yeah, yesterday it was warm out. Oh, warm. It was like 50s.
Yeah,
I think yesterday.
Yeah, today's pretty warm too.
Yeah, but like DP said, I think tomorrow or tonight.
Yeah, tonight we're supposed to get. Is it today? Yeah, tonight 6 to 8 inches. But we'll see.
Yeah, but I think we're supposed to get like the most,
right?
Like the Bridgewater,
this
Halifax area.
This local area here is supposed to get the most snow.
Yeah,
but that's all right. We're ready for it.
It'll probably be melted by Saturday, anyways.
Yeah, let's hope
hopefully. So no, we haven't been out on sleds. Although I was just recently, like yesterday, talking about going up to Maine to Mulls to go sledding. So hopefully I'll get that in this year.
How much snow do we get in a season? No telling.
Yeah.
We could get 6 inches. We could get 70 inches. It's never the same, ever.
Yeah, we didn't get any last year.
Yeah,
a couple of tiny storms.
Over the years, we seem to be getting less and less, and then every once in a while, we'll get a year that's got 6 or 8 storms. But
like 2015, where it was never ending.
Yeah, right.
But
no, we generally don't get as much as we used to, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right, so let's get to our show. So this guy, Kelly, was my first friend on the Cannonball. Hey, Kelly.
Hey, Jody, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Hey, Kelly.
Dave, how you doing?
Good.
So I tell everybody this because I love that you were legit my first friend on the Cannonball, because we've obviously been in the motorcycle world forever, but for those of you guys that don't know, that are watching, how the motorcycle bubbles don't intertwine. Just because we've been in the motorcycle industry forever doesn't mean that I knew Cannonball. You guys the antique world is a different bubble than the custom world or the race world even, which is what we were in. So I didn't necessarily, I knew a couple of people, but nobody that I was like friends with or could kind of hang with. And I was lost one day and I pulled up to you and said, "Do you know where you're going?" And you said, "No, but follow me." And I did. And we made it back to the hotel. And I thought, man, this guy is so nice. We're in a competition. And he immediately says, "Come with me."
We had a nice ride through the country that day when everybody else was over in town.
Yeah, that's true. So, Kelly, so tell us a little bit about your museum.
We've been open 5.5 years. It's been a long dream of mine, and finally landed a building. And when my wife and I bought it, I just told her, I said, "This is it." She would never let me kick anybody out of one of our buildings to put up a museum. And it was just a point in our life where it all worked out.
That's very cool. Yeah, I have, let me see.
Now, did you have a collection before the museum?
I had several bikes. My friend Doug Waltke, we went over and rode in Nepal, the Himalaya Mountains. And a lot of the guys was talking about how long they had ridden stuff, and I never really thought about it. I grew up in the bottom of 7 kids, and so I came up with the line, and now I tell people I didn't ride for 5 years, and then I turned 5.
That's a good one.
Yeah, right.
So I've ridden my whole life. I've never been a year without a bike. I whined so much, my wife had one wipe me when I sold my 81 King of the Highway, the first year that we ever made a 5-speed. My brother-in-law was on it. When he rode away, I knew it was a mistake. And I had a government trip down to Louisiana. When I come home, my wife had my brothers have a bike waiting for me in the garage. So whining does help.
Yeah. No, that's for sure.
So what was your, let's say, real job? You were in the military?
I did the military for 20 years with Bill Page and a lot of other good friends.
I love the
okay.
Pages.
Billy Page was in the military too?
Yeah, it's senior, right?
Yeah. Yes. And Junior was too for a short period of time. We was jet mechanics on the F4s, the F-16s, and B-1s.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, thank you for serving our country.
Yeah, thank you.
You know what? We made sure it was a 20-year party. As I tell people, I didn't take high school serious. I didn't take the military serious, and I'm trying not to take life too serious.
You almost can't.
Yeah, well, you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
So what? How many bikes do you have in your museum?
About 160.
Wow, that's a lot of bikes.
No kidding.
Yeah.
You've accumulated some bikes.
Well, half of the collection is, to me, one of the best collections in the world is Herb and Jerry Otways. And unfortunately, Jerry couldn't join us today. He has some skin cancer burn off. And he went out to the mailbox yesterday and just threw bike red. So he's going to sit today at home and take it easy. So I have my friend Paul Belt with me that has started the museum with me and has been here ever since.
That's
Very
cool. Well, so tell me where exactly your museum is.
We're 12 miles east of Wichita, Kansas. And it's called Augusta, Kansas, Twisted Oz Motorcycle Museum. We're open Friday, Saturday, and Sundays from 10 to 4. But if anybody comes in from out of state, call the museum number, reach my cell, and we open up for you. We have no problem with that.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Now, what do you consider your specialty at the museum?
Jerry Otway.
I was going to say, Jerry, so I met Jerry in Sault Ste. Marie. He was with you, right? Is that where
We was up in Michigan at the start of the Cannonball, and then we was also down at Muskogee at the Chase. We come down to meet up with you guys.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's right. Yeah, what a cool guy. He's got some good stories.
Yeah, Jerry, you couldn't ask for a more generous, honest, pleasing person. You know, he's 84 years old, and he's one of my best friends. I tell people my friends range from 70 to 95, and I run with the cool guys.
Hey, that's what I said. When I'm like 75, I'm going to be lonely because all my friends right now are in their 60s and up.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. And he's got a lot of history. What tell us a little bit about his collection.
Well, Jerry and his father, have been collecting bikes, since the 30s, 20s, 30s. His grandfather was the Indian dealers in the 20s and 30s in Wichita, Kansas. And, you know, the Ottaway family, I tell people, they made their fortune on making people smile. They have the amusement parks. The other side of the family has the amusement rides where they build roller coasters and Ferris wheels, take chance in those.
Wow.
So like I said, Jerry still owns a roller rink that his grandkids run called Cherokee Skate.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, like I say, he's the best. I'm honored to have him as a friend and him to allow me into his group of people.
Very cool. Can you show us a little bit of the museum?
Sure. We got 2 buildings. We're in the new side now that we added on because we ran out of room. So I'm sitting in my office right now. I'll give you a nice look at this. Okay. There we go.
You're like, we have a friend that does that.
And these here are doors that came out of in Kansas City. That my friend
Wow,
Jimmy,
that's cool.
yeah, Jimmy me out with a lot of the cool stuff. He used to tear down buildings in Kansas City back in the 60s and 70s.
That's actually a cool ceiling too in there.
Maybe a little bit less echoing now I'm out here. I was in there sitting down waiting for y'all to get started. So I'm going to walk up to the front of this building here and we'll get started, Jody. And
Okay.
I like to show off our talent locally. So this is my friend Justin Klein, and this is my gate here.
Oh, that's awesome.
See there? And she is just beautiful. It's Marilyn's cousin. He said it's not good enough to be Marilyn, but she is a 1/4-inch steel plate. Okay. So we lock her up every night. And then I got steel, 1/4-inch steel art in the window there.
That's
And,
really neat.
The Blues Brothers and stuff. And this is a chopper that Justin painted for me years ago. I used to do a lot with Sportsters just because they was easy.
Yeah.
We love Sportsters here.
What's that now, buddy?
We love Sportsters.
Oh, yeah, yeah. They're underrated. You know, people talk trash, but it's usually the people that have not been riding.
Yeah.
So,
True.
I was drag racing a Sportster for a lot of years in the dirt and having a blast with it.
Yeah, yeah.
As you see there's a 30 VL, all original, just beautiful. You know, the 29 and 30 was the only years with the dual headlight.
Yeah, 30. Yeah. 29 JD's the only one with the double headlight.
Yeah, well, 29 JD, yes, and the 30 VL. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but a J model, 29 is the only J.
Yeah, wonderful bike. And I'll show you here, too. We're not prejudiced, man. We got Hondas, Yamahas, a little bit of anything in here. You know, it's just 2 wheels and a motor, you know.
That's cool. Kelly, what was that building?
Do I now?
What was that building? Was it a garage?
We built this one brand new because we ran out of room. So right before the 16 Cannonball stopped through here, we was one of the stops, and I was riding the Cannonball. So Bill Page and Billy got the roof up for me, so no sidewalls or anything was up, but I was too tight to rent a tent. So here in Kansas, we fed 283 T-bone steaks to the Cannonball Rider stuff. The city officials, my family and friends were serving it. And we want to do that again in 2023.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Wow, very cool.
I heard you're going to be the stop on the Cannonball again.
We are. Bill and Billy Page and Terry Richardson, we all chipped in $1,000, and we hosted a wonderful dinner. And we want to do that again when they come through, something that we don't forget.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it'd be way better than pulled pork.
Yeah. Well, here, we'll run down this line here, too. I'm having a hard time focusing here. We got the end, we got Triumphs, we got Bridgestones, Yamahas, there's a Ducati at the end.
So what's that big green monster?
You know, I retired out of the military in 2003, and a lot of my childhood memories was from the Rat Fink pictures. And, you know, we get the stickers to put on our notepads, and you got one stick of gum. So this stuff has been stored up in my head for years. So this, the Rat has never left Augusta, Kansas. My friend Justin, my brother Ronnie, my brother Tracy, so many people have. I am not talented enough to do this stuff by myself, so I got to have all my friends jump in with me. But we created this. Like I say, it's too big to take anywhere. I would like to take it out to the Ed Ross show.
Look at that thing.
Okay.
So it's a Chevy 250 Chevy 6-cylinder, manual 3-speed. The independent is out of a 240 SX Dawson.
Yeah.
And we built. Go ahead, Dave.
No, go ahead. No.
The body is built from scratch. It's big, heavy wire stock. And I found some styrofoam in the dumpsters they was adding onto the high school. It was concrete forms. So I dug them out of the dumpster, and my friend Justin Klein carved it. We laid fiberglass and then bond over the fiberglass. And finally, he's like, Kelly, let's just paint this thing.
That's cool.
It came out of my head. And, you know, during the military, I could pass a piss test, and I still can today. So this is all natural. I'll take you around to the backside of it just to give you an idea. It's got Mom on the shoulder here. We used a Ham's keg.
Wow.
That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I say, I would love to take it to Utah to the Ed Ross show, but one of these days.
That's neat.
Very cool.
So,
What's your favorite bike in the museum?
the one that I'm riding for the day. That's probably about a typical answer because where do you start and stop, Jody? It's you always have a daily rider, and I always buy the next one. I say it's going to be my daily rider. It's
So,
just that's a tough one. Yeah.
yeah.
So we have a drag bike here that has never been started.
Wow.
The gentleman ended up getting killed in Alaska, and it was they moved to my hometown, and my brothers called me, and the wife didn't want anybody to tear it up. So I bought it from her as a piece of art, and I've owned it probably about 10 years or so. And we've all heard loud Harleys, and I used to drag race a little bit, so I'm honoring what she wanted.
Cool. That's awesome.
Very cool.
Come around here.
Oh, look at that. That's cool.
Yeah, that's
Try
very.
to get focus in there. We have 339 4-cylinders.
Wow.
And then the Wall of Death back behind there. As we go to other museums, we try to see what we can take from them and make better.
Yeah.
Is that an original wall bike?
Yes, it is. It was ridden in England. Dick Chance took it in on trade on some carnival rides.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, and then Dick's guys made the steel behind it to hold it together, and then Paul and I finished the wood and put it up there. So
that's a neat display.
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
So when I was burnt out on the Rat, because the Rat took us 10 years in and out of the barn putting it together, so I decided to do a Grandpa Munster theme. So we built a coffin car, and it was all built in Augusta, Kansas by all my friends, and painted and everything. So I'll give you a quick view on it. So
I like the Blues Brothers in the background.
yeah, that's 1/4-inch plated steel too.
Yeah, that's cool.
All my window art is there for a purpose, and I've never had a problem, and I don't think I ever will. I treat everybody with respect. The people that smoke a little dope or whatever, drink or whatever, I treat everybody the same.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, I'm gonna try to hit this here on my coffin. So that's running a 97 Buell, and Jody, I'm gonna try to zoom in here a little bit if I can. Right here, gosh dang it, right there. Do you see her high heels with the toes sticking out?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the zoomies are all live. We got 2 3-inch manifolds feeding into them, so all the pipes are live when it starts up. And then back here, there we go. Okay, you see her head there?
Yeah.
That is Mrs. Blue Ball. That's where my childhood memories come from. She had a screen up porch where we bought our candy and stuff. And then it says there in 2011 when I took it to the Rat's Hole show and got first place for the most unusual.
Cool.
Yeah, very cool. Geez, that Rat's Hole trophies. I've got 2 first place Rat's Hole trophies one from 1975 and one from 1976.
Oh wow, that is freaking. Was they the Rat Trophy at that time?
Yeah, it was big. It was about 4 feet tall.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
It wasn't a rat.
No, yeah.
It was just, but it was a real nice. It was real wood base. Back then trophies were trophies. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
Yeah, the rat trophies now are pretty cool.
They are.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you a thank you card that we put up for the people, and I didn't get everybody, but a lot of people that helped me with the museum. It's right behind me there.
Oh yeah.
Pictures of all my friends and stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool. Wow, that's a big card.
We just like to, thank everybody that helped us come together. We was talking about the Hondas and stuff, and let me see if I got it there. Yeah, look at that beautiful 750 Honda 1970.
It looks
mint.
mint.
70, huh?
Yeah. And it's sitting right next to my 70 FLH. I've had that since probably 1986.
Wow.
87 maybe.
Yeah.
It's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
You got your 2 Wankels sitting next to it, the Hercules and the Suzuki RE.
It's like
That's a Windjammer.
Yeah, it's like the bike you just sold.
We got some trials bikes here and some motocross. And as I tell people, I try to see beauty in everything. Check out this rock. You think about how many thousands of years to cut those weather vanes in it.
Wow.
Yes, I was just going to ask, obviously that's a real rock.
That is a real rock. It kicked my ass getting it in here.
I bet that thing must be heavy.
Well, we used a telehandler, and I spent a half a day and didn't want it there, but I was convinced that was the right place for it.
That was the only place it was going to be.
Right.
We have our line of sidecars here, which that is a KMZ that Doug and I got when we was in Europe. We bought them from a friend of ours, Rusty, in Slovakia, and we shipped them home in the container with our WLAs. We'll get to that story. My Nimbus, I got that from my friend Bud Redman. He is 95 this year and still with us. We just had a finning party for Bud this last weekend, New Year's Day, on welding fins back on the cylinders and stuff. And Bill Page did a wonderful job of demonstrating that, and some boys from Oklahoma. So
Very cool.
We got the Square 4, and then we got the Ish, which is the Russian Ish.
Ish.
Yeah.
I never even heard of that.
They're still in business today, believe it or not. There's a JDH2 cam.
Ooh.
Wow, with a sidecar.
So 28?
With a sidecar. And a lot of these bikes, we ride them, every year. A lot of these bikes have been out riding. We ride just about everything we have. This is a bike that, after the 18 Cannonball, I went back to West Virginia. Steve Rinkard found it for me. So I went back and picked it up, 1917-ish, AJS, and I didn't even dust it. It's just beautiful the way it is, and I will not get that one running.
That's cool.
So you'll see a lot of my artwork on the walls, and my wife and I own a laundromat here in town, and Thea is probably close to 80 years old, and she does all my murals for me.
That's cool.
So I'm going to ask Paul Belt to join us here in a minute and tell us about his 39 Scout. He's coming this way. Dave, this is a friend of mine we lost about a year ago, Turk, a 36 VL with a blower off of a V6 cut down.
Wow.
Off the primary side.
Yeah.
And Eric Erickson said that he has a video of it starting on the first.
No kidding.
Wow.
Yeah, very cool.
My phone ring. I hope I'm still with you.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. I've lost your sound, Jody.
Oh, you can't hear me? Can you not hear us?
Sure.
I can hear you.
Are you with me, Jody?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I can't hear a word you're saying.
Go off and come back on.
Answer.
Look.
Go ahead and answer. Oh. Oh, let me put my glasses on here. She says something here. She says close and reopen page. Okay.
Okay, so Kelly, we were on before this, and he was kind of having some problems with the audio. So hopefully this fixes it. This is what fixed it last time. So let's see. Let's give him a second to come back on. But boy, he's got quite the collection.
Yeah,
All right.
boy, pretty versatile.
Okay.
All right.
We
Can
back, Jody?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
All right. Dave, did you hear me talking about this 36 VL behind me?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we lost Turk about a year and a half ago, and he was the cool guy, man. I'd take him apart for my 1914, 1913 bikes. Everybody else says no, and he has looked at it and he said, we can do that. And he would make me any part that I needed. Another local mechanical genius. We have so many machinists because we was the air capital of the world forever.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that.
No.
Yeah, Wichita, Kansas. So I'm going to bring Paul in here by his 39 Chief and let him tell you about it.
Okay.
Or excuse me, a 31 Scout. 39 Scout.
Something like that, anyway.
Hey, how we doing?
Good. How are you all today?
Good.
Hope it's warmer there than it is here.
Yeah, it's probably about 40-ish today here.
Oh,
When you went outside earlier, Kelly, I saw some snow. You guys have snow out there?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Wind chill is -10 right now.
Oh, wow.
That's cold.
Man, you can have it.
Yeah.
We're ready for spring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're probably not even halfway through.
Well, this is a 39 Scout. During that time, they were owned by Paul DuPont, a DuPont paint company, and you could have a factory painted bike in over 20 colors, I believe. This is what they call the World's Fair paint job. This is the way they displayed them in the 1939 World's Fair. This is the bike I usually ride on our national road run and such. It's just super dependable. Left-hand throttle, all the bells and whistles.
Yeah.
That's cool.
How's that getting used to that left-hand throttle?
You know, it's not terribly bad. I have more trouble with the European bikes where the shifter's on the wrong side and, you know, the brake and shifters switched around. The
Yeah.
left-hand throttle, after a while, just a few minutes, you know, your brain takes over. And,
Yeah.
or actually, your brain doesn't. Your body takes over. You
Yeah,
don't even think about it.
that's
Yeah.
cool.
Very cool.
I like the big laughing Indian in the background.
Yes, yes. Steve
That's
painted that for us, and like I say, she's just a wonderful person and helps us out a lot. You know, there again, the employees in the businesses that we own, we always try to treat them like family, and it's just amazing. I want to zoom in here on something, Dave.
Okay.
Here in Kansas, most people don't know it. In Kansas, in the teens, we sold more Harley Davidsons than anybody in the United States.
No kidding.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
what I'm going to zoom in here, hopefully, and show you. Looky there.
Oh yeah.
In 1913, they sold 134 motorcycles in Danville, Kansas.
Wow. How many do you think they made in that year?
Boy, I don't know. There's 1915. People would take the train in and buy their bikes and ride them home.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to zip around here and try to zoom in. There's a big poster. We have a lot of things. I have a friend blow up my pictures for me, and we hang them up. So there is a picture of the baseball team in Danville, Kansas. Do you see it up there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. They had more. Make sure I'm right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
They did not own the motorcycles, but they go to everybody's town. When they was playing baseball, you got to test ride the bikes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so you know they had marketing way back then. It's just unbelievable.
Randy says, ask what Team White Trash gave you for his title in Arkansas. I think I know this.
Oh shit! I can't even pronounce words like that, let alone spell them. I was supposed to be the mayor's assistant. I had all the power that day.
I was thinking that the mayor, something to do with the mayor.
Yeah. You know, when Bird's got the power, I'm going to make him use it. So.
You know, it's between, for the Cannonball, in my opinion, the Team White Trash and the Kansas guys. Like, you guys are the coolest people. And, like, no offense to Kansas, but I think, like, what's in Kansas? Like, besides the Wizard of Oz? You know, it's kind of like just a Midwest state. But, like, I would purposely come to Kansas just to see you guys. Because,
Well,
like,
we want you to. You and your dad, everybody. You know, Kansas, we're just down-to-earth people. You know,
Yeah,
we grew up and
yeah,
we worked hard.
Terry Richardson, you guys are the cool
Well,
people.
now you're stretching it with Terry. Don't bring us down to that.
Well, I only see Terry flying by me because he does not
That's no-
stop.
yeah, until he runs into something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Behind us here, we have a 1901 Toledo steam car, and it has been out this year. A couple of years ago, we ran it all day long. It runs off of coal and the water, and it'll cruise about 35 miles an hour.
Wow, it must be
kidding.
something.
And that's
Yeah.
another one of Jerry's collection. Just a wonderful piece.
Very nice.
I tell you what, we're going into our little Joyland scene as we did for Jerry real quick. So I'm going to give you a quick one, and we're going to fire up a locomotive for you. There was only 2 of these trains built from Jerry's cousins and grandfather stuff that have 6 trucks, and they're talking about the drive wheels. So we put air to it. So Paul's going to give a quick demonstration before we lose our air.
I don't know that we got them out, but we'll give it a try here.
You got a whistle, Paul? The whistle's going to be the small rod coming out on the bottom.
Wow, is that cool?
We lost our air pressure, so she's winding down. We didn't want the compressor running when we was on live with you. There
That's
we go.
pretty cool.
So we do demonstrations like that for people. We have this artwork up here on cloth, and that's where you throw the ball at the milk bottles.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
We got the log jam ride. We got the Ferris wheel seat. Up above, you got a couple of cars that run on the steel track.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
You know, we got a bumper car up there. And then in this area, Louis the Clown was real famous because he was a creepy guy, and they stole him and he got recovered. And the guy went to prison for some things that he should be shot for. But there's Louis. Paul's going to plug him in real quick.
Oh
There
my
you go.
gosh.
And you've seen the back of him playing an organ at Joyland. And then we got the monkey over here eating the banana. Well, the monkey or Paul eating the banana. Okay, and then one of my favorites up there. Woo, look at her from the Wacky Shack.
Oh, gee.
I'm all the way about some nice cleavage.
You got some cool stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Now, what's
Yeah.
that spider up there?
The spider came from the Wacky Shack. And all these props was made in Wichita, Kansas.
Yeah.
And Joyland, I'll try to get you on this one here. Joyland was the only private entity that the city of Wichita would run their buses to.
Wow.
Huh.
You know, and we would love to all go. We'd like to go back to that time where 10 cents would get you a ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more
right.
like $10 now.
Oh man, isn't that wonderful? But you know, I'm always collecting signage, and the old butcher block here came from a deal.
That's
Dave,
cool.
I thought you'd pitch in our kitchen area because we do for motorcycle clubs and car clubs. I set this up back here in the back of this building, up to 80 people. And like this Sunday, we have the trials guys doing their banquet here for about the 4th year. So I'm going to show you what we're Wichita, so I like to do stuff here if you can't tell. This is our kitchen area, Dave, and there's a single engine.
Yeah.
Oh,
here.
that's cool.
Yeah.
That is a steel cutout, and then Justin painted it. So we got a single there. Moving around here, we got a flathead.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Coming over here, I got a panhead.
Yeah.
And then over on this side, underneath the monkey, we have a J-Moth.
That's
Wow.
really neat.
Yeah. That guy did a nice job painting those.
Yeah, Justin does a wonderful job for me. Our scaffolding behind us, you'll see stuff setting up on.
Yeah.
We had a train derailment here in town, and those are the catwalks off the top of the grain cars before they crushed them.
Huh.
Wow.
I love to repurpose. And then Bill Page, he had an idea. Him and Billy put up the building, and then they sold me the metal to finish off the inside. Do you see the black stripes above my head?
Yeah.
There's 2 of them there running down through there, and I call them my SS stripes for my Camaros and Chevelles.
Wow.
You know, so you just
Camaros and Chevelles?
what's that?
You have Camaros and Chevelles?
I have in the past. Me and my friend Steve Dominguez used to own a muscle car lot
Oh,
when we was in the military. Back when you could pick them up for $1,500, $3,000. You know
right. Yeah.
what dumbasses? We should have kept every one of them.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
kidding. I know.
One of my prouder bikes. You guys know I've been doing. I'm a big promoter of prostate cancer because it's been haunting me for 3 years now. So please get your PSA level checked. But Mike Thomas built me a bike. I met him when I was over in Nepal riding with Doug. I knew him before, but we got to be really good friends because it was one of the first trips. I was one of the old guys.
Yeah.
And Dave, I don't know when that happened, but man, it sucks.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't got there yet.
So I went to visit Kiwi out in California, and I said, Mike, man, build me a bike. So
Yeah.
he built me the last Indian Chief he will ever build for a customer. And there it is.
Wow.
It's a beauty.
Yeah. Nice.
And, you know, I went with Doug. Doug, we always travel together. So he said, hey, Kelly, I'll get my 36 out to Mike's. So we rode up Highway 1 through the Redwoods over to Rick Salisbury's at Legends Museum.
Yeah.
And that's where I lost my dead weight. So Doug stayed there, and I shot to New Mexico to visit Ryan Allen and Rowdy.
Yep.
And Rowdy saved my ass because I lost a screw out of my carburetor. So he drove about 2 hours one morning to get me my parts I needed, and I was back on the road. So almost a 4,000-mile test ride on my Kiwi bike. And,
Wow.
man, it is wonderful.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
It is wonderful.
Mike's the guy to build an Indian. That's for sure.
Oh man, yes. There's my 47 Chief that my wife and I would take when she would go with me on the rides. My middle daughter's 450 Honda. She rode down there when we was in Arkadelphia.
That's cool.
So
Yeah.
all my daughters ride a nice Simplex. You know, the Simplex is the only bike built in the Confederacy.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
So,
Hmm.
this
So
is my life friend Roger over here. Let me see if I can find him. Right there. That's Roger. He did the 12 cannonball and the 14 cannonball with me. And Roger and I has been together like the first grade. And I always tell people, Roger's like one of those bad rashes that you can't get rid of.
we have a couple of them too.
We went to the military together and done a lot of things, but we won't get into all those stories. But
Yeah.
moving on around here, we got my friend Bart. He rode that beautiful BMW on our New Year's Day ride from Bill Page's shop down here to the museum at midnight.
That's cool.
Behind it, we got my Morgan. Jody, Dave, come down. I'd love to turn you loose in that Morgan. It's a blast.
Yeah, I'll bet.
I got a 28 Packard Speedster here,
Wow.
running a straight 8 in it. And
Wow.
that car is for sale. I hate to promote it on your show, but I would like to move it on and get other things.
Yeah.
And the Tri-Magnum there was you got the blueprints and you built it from scratch. And
Yeah.
now it's running a 1200 Sportster in it. I put a Buell in it, blew it up twice, and it's no fun to change those motors out.
No, I bet.
Well, guys, if you'll give me a second, I don't know if you need to take a break or not, but we're going to walk over next door to the better side of the museum where we keep all the good stuff.
Really? I
Okay.
thought this was the good stuff.
This is the overflow.
This is overflow, so we're going to head over. Paul, is that door unlocked over there? Okay. Paul and
Kelly,
I are going to head over that way.
what's the oldest bike that you have there?
1905.
And what's the newest?
The newest.
Vicky's Beamer.
Vicky's BMW back there. I forgot to show you. You know, after the last Cannonball, they had those BMWs as the support bikes.
Yeah.
And I got to ride one. Nobody really knew it because nobody had showed it yet, and somebody left the keys in it. So I was telling her about it, and she just bought that brand new. She's got 95,000 on her modern bike, and she bought it brand new. She wants to hit 100,000, and then she runs a '59 BMW that she got from Dorian Hamilton, which was a Motor Maid, and that's Paul's fiance.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to step outside. If I lose you, I hope to get you right back. Okay, guys?
Get me right.
Right outside here, there's a tornado that a gentleman gave me after we had the brick and stonework done, and it's made out of 1.25 miles of barbed wire. So I'm going to try to catch you on that real quick here.
Wow.
See that up there?
Wow.
Yeah, that's cool.
We already had the stonework done, and so it sort of just fit what we was doing. So we're moving over to the other building here. That's my original building. Hopefully I don't lose you. We'll walk slowly because the internet's not the best around here.
It's okay.
And we're always at. There's some more artwork there that is the steel windows.
Yeah.
You see the Chief head there
Yeah.
and my Excelsior windows. That's
Yeah.
my legs off of Dorothy for my 16 Cannonball. My stone and brick guys did this for me, and I just told them I wanted something different. And when they was done, everybody said, "Is that the yellow brick road?" Well, it wasn't meant that way, but it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And then behind our lights up here, if you can see, I put some wheels in there before we had the stonework done behind our porcelain lights.
Oh, yeah.
Like I say, we're just always trying to think of something different.
Boy, that's neat.
Yeah, very
Put
cool.
like wheels in the windows.
Moving right in, and for the first one, Dave, you remember her as a kid? My gate right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, she was on all the old magazines and says above of her room.
Okay.
And as a little boy, man, I thought she was so hot. So that was my first thought when we built the gate. And then there's a big guy in the motorcycle here. He's quarter-inch steel for our gate on this one.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to hit behind me here. You see the big picture up here? That is Dorian Hamilton.
Yeah.
She was a motor maid, and those shirts underneath there are shirts and a jacket of hers. She wasn't a very big lady.
Wow, that's cool.
And
Yeah.
these pictures are all blown up. So I'm going to try to hit on another one here. Do you see Herb Ottaway there on the race bike?
Yep.
Yeah.
We're going to refer a lot to Herb, and that is Jerry's father.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And then you see that one right there. That is my father and my brother Alan, 5 years before I was even thought about.
Wow, that's cool.
So sort of grew up in a motorcycle family, and my dad used to race with Frank Alnellis from Iowa, about 20 miles south of us. So he was always at our house party and stuff. You know, you can see the pictures all the way around.
Yeah.
As people would come in and give me stories, we would hang the picture, have them blown up from a friend of mine, Dan, and hang them up. So it makes it our museum and not my museum.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you a little bike here. And this was a custom built bike with a Villers engine. We ran out of room, so we had to start hanging a few things up.
Yeah.
And
That's
French Tom was about 4 feet tall. So they built that bike custom for him with a Villers engine and reversed the cylinder on it. So the carburetor's out front and the dual exhaust out the back. So again, like I say, the mechanical genius of this area is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
My bank there is 1879.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of tricycles and stuff sitting around for my grandkids and stuff because they're always in here hanging out with me, which I love that part.
There's some lucky grandkids.
I got 4 grandchildren and they are wonderful.
They like motorcycles?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I got 3 out of the 4 riding already, and the 2.5-year-old, he wants to be out there with me on the mute and they're riding. So
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
cool.
Yep.
1905 in Camelback.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That's Jerry's collection in 07 in.
Yeah.
We'll walk down over here. We got the 08 standard.
Wow, cool.
Okay. We got the 1909 Yell. See if I'm catching it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We got the 99 Indy, and that's the one that Polly rode here a while back when she was in here. We're always getting people on the bike and stuff. If we're not riding, if you guys show somebody that you know can handle it, we let them ride them. You got the 13 XL, the 14 year. Now, I tell a lot of visitors too, before there was a lawsuit, and back then you was a dumbass kid if you got hurt. Jerry's father invented the gas-powered pogo stick.
That's
Wow.
nuts.
No.
So
kidding.
it has batteries in it, and you put fuel in it. So when you jump down, it ignited and shot you up 3 to 4 foot air.
Wow.
Roger Nelson's the one that loaned me a lot of the Joyland stuff. He lived across the street from Herb and said it had handlebars on it for his prototypes. His mom told him to stay away from that crazy old man. We're going to slip behind us here. This is one of 15 of the factory-built hill climb bikes from Super X,
Wow.
the Seltzer family. And Gene Ryan rode that to championship in 1930.
Wow, that's cool.
That same bike. We have a letter and stuff on the other side. So, whoops, sorry about that. I'm going to get you dizzy. We got my 28 AJS, like the dusty one next door, but this is the single.
Cool.
Okay. You got the Cleveland, which was one of Jerry's first bikes. He said he got it all finished up, and he took it to his uncles. They didn't like the color, so they sent it down and redid it before he got back.
Wow.
No kidding.
You got the Sunbeam there, running a Jap engine. That's a 1918 that I traded Bill Page for. You got the single Harley. Most of them was export bikes.
That's cool.
You got the Jap Speedway there.
Oh, that thing's neat.
A guy called me and we bought it a couple years ago at my swap meet that we do in April. We put a chain on it and got it all serviced to push about 6 feet, and it came alive. Next you know, I'm dragging my feet hard and hoping I'm going to stop.
Wow.
You know, the Yell over here, to me, the Yell has one of the sexiest motors on it. I mean, that is just a beautiful design.
Yeah, it's neat.
Yeah.
We got the Flying Merkel, single, which a lot of people, they debate if there's a twin and a single. You don't see very many singles, but there it is. We had it out riding it the other day, a month or so ago. We got a lot of original paint stuff that Jerry and Herb had. You got the 14 Harley, the 14 Indian here, 2,300 original miles on it, original tools wrapped up in the cloth.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
So, 14 Indian was going to, your linkages, mechanical linkage and cable. And then on 16, the Excelsior was still all on the linkages up there.
That's
So,
cool.
I'm gonna boast a little bit about our local guys, Jody, and I think you like these guys as the Page Boys.
I love
Bill
that.
restored this for Doug Wolfe in 1912.
Boy, that thing is nice.
Yeah.
That's the one that won the Cannonball.
Oh, okay.
Really?
That's
Are
cool.
you still with me, Jody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I lost you, so I'm gonna sign out and sign back in real quick. Okay.
Okay.
Somebody
Okay.
just tried to call me. Sorry about that.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Hopefully, get him back
Oh, we
quick.
got a lot of people
Yeah.
commenting here.
Yeah. Hi, Flea.
Flea.
Jeff says the Chiefs. Yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
Scott Parker. I agree with you. All right.
Yeah.
His count.
Yale.
Back, guys.
We're back.
All right. Sorry about that. People
Okay.
call me and I screw it up. We have a Jawa, 1972 Jawa. I don't know if you're familiar on it, but they didn't put electric start on these bikes, and they did not put a Kickstarter on them. So, how do you start this thing, Paul? Show them how you start a Jawa.
Let's see.
This is your shifter. You press it in, bring it back. That's your kick, and then it flips back over for your shifter.
Wow.
Yeah. Didn't they have an Allstate? Didn't Allstate have something like that similar?
I got some Allstates, but I haven't seen that on them. Possibly.
Yeah, we restored an Allstate one time. It was a 250, I believe, and it had some kind of a deal where it had the shifter. It had the kicker on the shifter.
Right. Right.
I
I
don't
just,
a few years ago.
so many different things that they tried throughout the years. I'm just going to scan past these here. We got the NSU with the NSU bicycle hanging up there that Doug and I found in Hungary at a swap meet.
Wow.
It's neat.
We got the BSA, the Norton, the Panther, the Sunbeam, AJS, and the Guzzi over there in the corner. Now, Jerry and his father provided half the bikes for this movie here, Fast Charlie and the Moonbeam Riders. And Bud Akins supplied the other half of the bikes. And Jerry said that they paid him $50 a day per bike and added if there's a rider. And his dad wanted paid every day in cash.
Yeah.
So he said he'd go to the room and he'd knock, and his dad said, "Is there anybody with you?" No. So then he'd let him in. But if he had anybody with him, he was burying the money under the mattress so nobody robbed him.
Gee, who would ever look under the mattress for money, right?
Yeah. Now, we got one here that was built in Wichita, Kansas called Grapevine Racing Motors, and it was meant to be like a trials bike. They built 500 of them. They sent them to Mexico to get them built, and they made the frames too heavy, and they put an Islo, a Mexican engine on it that was really underpowered. So it never was a success. You got the helmet mold there that I picked up that was made in Andover, Kansas, the helmets. We have a lot of these bikes that have the acetylene headlights on them. And Sebastian from Romania just did a great demonstration on the acetylene headlights here on Light One. And he had the carbide light, and he actually got a little too much gas in there. And when he lit it, it went poof.
Yeah.
So
How
we're
long?
going to go back to Herb.
How
And
long?
He did a rotary valve bike here that he built. It's a Hoffman German lower end, American cylinder, and then a rotary valve on that chain drive going up. And this bike runs wonderful too, but we was just running out of room, so we hung it up. But that was finished in like 1968. But that's a prototype bike there. Paul, do you think you can fire up the Indian 6? This is the first Indian 6 ever in the world. And Herb built this out of his head. It's never been apart since 1960 when it was finished.
Wow.
So, Paul, I'm going to talk him through this a little bit. Paul, we're going to put both chokes on. Turn your fuel on. We're going to kick it through 3 times. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this bike as we're going along. If you see the cases here and where these 2 screws are closer, okay, that's where Herb cut and welded 2 4-cylinders back together. He started with a 130-pound crank, and he turned it down to a 35-pound crankshaft. He made his own camshaft. He made his own exhaust. The distributor is out of a forklift. Okay, made his own exhaust manifold and lengthened the frame. The end forks would not hold up the weight, so they went with Hydroglide front end.
Yeah.
Okay, Paul, we got power. Retarded all the way. You turn your fuel back on. Okay. Retard on your back. There you go. There we go. Okay. Now you Paul. Course one good Paul. Ready? Fell right. Boy, that hurts you too on your knee. Okay. Oh, Paul.
Almost.
We don't need any. Okay. Put it back. Choke down. Give me 2 chokes and turn the fuel off. Got plenty of fuel. 1, 2. Oh, there we go. There we go. 2 seconds. Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Isn't that just beautiful? Thank you, Paul.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But that is the first Indian 6 ever built. There's only 2 in the world. Bud Cox, 18 years later, asked Herb if he'd help him build one. They did. And then there's a third one that Jeff Roth from Wichita had a lot of people helping him build. So there's a third one. But the 2 original ones are the ones that started the whole show. So
Wow.
I'm going to have Paul go ahead, and we're going to fire up my 14 Excelsior that I did the 16 Cannonball on. And I was showing you the metal up front that had Dorothy's legs on it. So, you know, we're twisted Oz. So we put the X, but with Dorothy's legs and the ruby red slippers there.
Yeah.
Okay. So Paul's going to, this is no transmission. Okay. So it's a pedal start and pedal take off and then roll into your clutch. Whoa, there we go.
Wow. Wait, that started right up.
Very good.
Wow, Kelly, that started right up.
Yeah, you know what? Your big 3 was Indian, Harley, and Excelsior. And I truly believe that the Excelsior was a better bike. We tore down 2 motors to do this with. And I took them to Truett and Osborne, which is only about 20 miles from me. And I took them to Roger Nelson. And both of the guys said, Kelly, we can charge you to do this, but you don't need anything for the bikes.
Wow.
So I put them back together seriously, and I ordered new iron rings, and we put them back together and ran across the United States. I broke 3 exhaust valves, and everybody said, why are they breaking? Well, at that time, they was 102 years old. I was trying to prove to people that you don't have to put a lot of money into this. And I've done 4, 6 Cannonballs, and I'm retired now. But, it's a wonderful thing. I never got all my mind, but I might have had the most fun.
Hey, that's
Yeah,
all. That's what
absolutely.
it's about.
You're right. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
You know?
Behind me here is a Valentine diner that was built in Wichita, and we use that for our room area.
That's cool.
And then up above, you have on that side over there, you have a Harley in the crate. That's just like the one in high school, the same kind. And then you have
Cool.
a phone up there. one of the 12 or 13 cyclones that exist. A Bridgestone 100 that I had as a kid, one like, not the exact one. The Scat Cat, I started on one. Those are, bikes that I bought to replace the ones I have because we always have to sell something to move up.
Yeah.
So we'll move on through here. There's the 29 Rex, which is the street version of that hill climb bike. And another 39 Scout World's Fair. Moving right along here, you have the Pure Circle bicycle, original paint, wooden wheels.
Wow, that's cool. Wooden
Okay.
wheels.
Now, we didn't ride that this year because I'm not much of a bicycle guy. If you can't tell, I try to maintain this good looking fitness I have here.
Yeah, we wouldn't want you to change shape.
Yeah. Behind me, the very first 4-cylinder shaft drive in the United States was a barrel. So there's the 4-cylinder. Okay. 1911.
Wow.
And then beside it, we have the 11 single, which is a better bike. And both of these bikes have been out and been ridden this year.
That's cool.
So, and the people that don't know, sort of copied off of the FN, but the frame is crap.
Are you back?
Jody, I'm gonna come back to you.
Okay.
God damn it.
Let's see. All right, let's see if Kelly come back quick.
Yeah. Gary Raphael. Did you see the picture in Easy Rider of me on your bike, Gary?
Hold on. Let me... All right, Kelly, can you hear us now?
I'm sorry about that. More along the Pierce Arrow here. The frame is the fuel tank and the oil tank down here. So, I mean, I just think that's one of the coolest designs. I've always wanted to redo that with a motor.
It is a cool.
Yeah.
Just beautiful. Just beautiful. Behind us here, we have a Streamliner. That is the second fastest Vince in the world by Lemke.
Oh, wow.
Wow. How
Max-
fast did it go?
Do what now?
How fast?
He did 275, not recorded, 217 recorded.
Wow.
And he has the bikes, the engines out of it now. They're mirrored up Vincent. And he's building another bike. He's 84 years old. Before he passes, he wants to have the fastest Vincent in the world. How cool is that to keep on going like that?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So
Very cool.
here we have another 46. And Paul built that like Johnny Cash, one piece of.
Yeah.
And then we got the little Indians there that a good friend loaned me. Just beautiful Indians.
Yeah, I love those little Indians.
Yeah, we have one hanging up in my garage.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah.
Another little triangle, cast aluminum. I got that one in Philly at the swap meet at Carlisle.
Really?
Yeah. So
That's cool.
now here's a very interesting story. We're going back to Herb. This little scooter, the auto scooter. During World War II, he was such a and they did not want to go into war. So Dave, they were due to the war. They're going to keep Jody and your wife here. So Herb got to hang out with these girls.
Yeah.
The government said you're going to teach the women how to weld. And Herb said women can't weld. But we found out there was a belted welder and a lot neater than the guy.
Huh.
So he built this. This is he won the world. He built it back and forth to beach, and then the unit teaches the women how to weld during World War II.
That's cool.
And gas was rationed, so he built it back and forth to work. Again, it looked like a professional little scooter. Factory built one that is one of her designs.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Down through there, we got the Mustangs, the Cushmans, the Vespas, the Toppers, the Hondas. Over on this side, what's we. Are you with me, Jody?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Sorry about that, man. I'm a phone. That's Kelly's life. No wonder.
Yeah, that's all right.
We like to refer to these as the Rolls Royce of motorcycles, which is all your Hendersons, the Ace. The Henderson brothers left the Ace.
Yep. That's cool.
So, are you still with me? I can't hear you, Jody.
Yeah.
I'm going to bail one more time and come back in, okay?
Okay.
Sorry.
Let's see. Bring him back one more time. Let's see. Give a shout out to Indian Motorcycles and Law Tigers and Badlands, aka NAMS and Electric Lighting for sponsoring Chopper History. Let's see, it's Kelly.
Yeah.
All right, can you hear us now, Kelly?
I can.
That's okay.
I try to run a lot of businesses, and half of them, and they call for, Anyway, the Henderson brothers left Ace from the Henderson brothers left Swing and started the Ace. Thank you, Paul. Get lost in my stories here.
Yeah.
And in 1928, they had Ace. One of the brothers got killed, and so Indian acquired him. So you have the Indian Ace and then into the Indian 4. So you have shifters on it, on your 4 cylinders for a reverse, because a lot of these sidecars. Next to my 14 Cannonball bike, my 27 Henderson. On the 12 Cannonball, I get my 29 JD. And as the Hendersons would pass me, it would just turn. I mean, that thing was just sexy. And I came back and I went over to see Jerry and said, "Man, I want a 4-cylinder." And Jerry just looked at me like, "Good luck."
Yeah.
And he said, "Have you ever rode one?" I said, "Well, he puts me on a Indian 4 model. Can you ride it?" And I said, "Sure." I didn't know if I could. But I was so I went down the road and I said, "How much?" And he said, "Not much." Well, 2.5 hours later, I wasn't on. So he said, "Well, I got to start knocking 15 years ago with the sidecar I parked it." So I got the Magic sidecar to go with this barn. So we went back later and looked at it. Me and my wife. I said, "How much?" He told me in 2 weeks. So everything, he is setting that fish good and strong in my mouth before he put it. So I bought it, rebuilt it. Chris Thompson helped me from Nebraska, and Jerry and other good old guys. And we did the 14 on that one.
Awesome.
The Cleveland, original paint Cleveland there.
Very cool.
Cleveland 4. That was the only one that made the decoupled transmission, so you can change the clutches out a lot easier, 4 cylinders.
Okay.
You got
Was
the
this
36
your
upside down 4.
Very cool.
The last year of the Henderson, the 31 KJ, and the 31 Indian 4.
Very cool.
Up above here, miss them. We got a 23 centered on the post. Over there, we got the Bruff Superior. That's an SS80. We got the famous James over here. See that? And then a 67 tracker, all cases and everything. Factory Harley there. So we have a neat story here. Do you care if I just keep on rambling?
We're a little bit crunched for time, but if you got one last bike to show us, we got to leave something for the people to give them reason to come to your museum.
Man, we got about 4 of them. Okay, I'm going to hit this one here. This was built by Jerry's grandfather. Okay, as you see, needling down for hand here. Built the tub, took this rear cylinder, made it a single. This was for a 9-year-old Christmas present. So the fenders, the forks, everything was built here.
Wow.
Very cool.
Yeah, really.
Sebastian in Romania is building one for my grandkids, and he's almost finished. I sent him a 1928 Indian Prince engine.
Wow, that's
No
cool.
kidding.
Your grandkids are lucky.
Yeah.
That'd be neat.
Wow, that's a neat little sidecar.
Oh, it's beautiful. And that was put together in 1930. One more, please, because this is our most famous bike here for the museum. 1914 Wood, the only one in the world.
Wow.
Okay. J.J. Wood built that in Denver, Colorado. I'm going to try to get you in on this engine, guys.
Yeah.
Look at that. You'll never see that again.
Wow, that's cool. Where did you get that from?
Jerry and his father bought it in Colorado in the 70s at a garage sale. Nobody wanted it. It's just an old bike. Original paint, complete. To prove that motorcycle, you had to win races or prove a bike to get them successful. So in 1916, him and his wife rode from Denver, Colorado to St. Augustine, Florida.
Wow. That was probably
Had a lot of problems, got home, couldn't get any financial backing. She divorced him. But Dave, look at these floorboards, how much that cast aluminum is worn.
Wow.
wow, that's
No
cool.
kidding.
I mean, there's a lot of miles on that bike. The gentleman behind that in the window was my boss in high school. Big part of my life, Mr. Wayne Penn. Guys, I won't take up any more of your time, but thank you for coming to Twisted Oz.
Oh, hey, it was a great tour.
Yeah.
And, you know, anybody that's out in Kansas going through or whatever, you know, you should certainly stop by this museum. There's so many interesting things in there. You know, one thing, Kelly, you know, I love motorcycles naturally, but I love all of the other stuff that you've got all over that
Yeah.
museum. It's really cool.
You know, we're always looking for things. I'm going to scan on this one while we're talking there, Dave. I really promote my prostate cancer because guys don't talk about that, man. Everybody knows about breast cancer. Nobody knows about prostate cancer. And it is a silent killer. 3 years ago, they told me I had a year. Today, I'm sitting here talking to you guys and hoping to come visit you real soon.
Yeah.
Good, I hope so.
We'll be seeing you on Monday.
Yeah.
Man, I'm looking forward to it, guys. I want to eat whatever's good in Boston. You know, I'm still walking and talking because, Dave, this is a chopper we're building right now
Oh, no kidding.
with a 1914 Excelsior engine. I had an extra engine.
Oh.
Wow.
Just
And
an
we got
extra
The
14.
sissy bar is going to be bob wired,
Yeah.
running an open primary on it.
That's
This has been a 2-year project.
With Triumph.
Because people say either a squirrel went by or something shiny and Kelly gets distracted. And our friend Robert helps us down in here, and he's another mechanical genius. But
Yeah.
guys, thank you so much.
Thank you, Kelly.
Yeah, and hey, we'll be seeing you real soon.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
Hey,
Excellent.
thank you very much, Kelly.
Guys, have a wonderful day, and thank you, everybody in the world. It's great. God bless the United States
We'll see you
and all
soon.
of our friends around the world.
That's right.
Okay.
See ya.
See ya.
All right, guys. So that was our show today. So that was Kelly from the Twisted Oz Museum. He's just a little bit, I think he said east of Wichita, Kansas. So if any of you guys are in the middle of the country or traveling in the middle of the country, go by and see his museum. He's only open on the weekends, but he'll open during the week if you guys call ahead and can schedule a visit, because that place looks wicked cool. I can't wait to go on the Cannonball.
Yeah.
We're gonna make a stop there, so it should be a really good one on the Cannonball in 2023.
We'll be looking forward to going there.
Yeah.
For sure.
So next week we actually are kind of in the works of our show next week. It might be totally different, but I haven't set it in stone yet, so I don't want to tell you
Yeah,
about
it'll
it.
be different.
Yeah, if we can make it happen.
Yeah.
So make sure that you tune in next week, and then the following week would be so we'll be on the following week, but then the 27th we will be at the Mecum motorcycle auction in Las Vegas. So we will go live from there, but we'll give you more info as we get closer. So make sure you tell all your friends about our show, Chopper History, and tell them to tune in, even if it's after the fact. We got to kind of keep our numbers up so we can keep this going and keep bringing you guys motorcycle stuff and places and people.
And stories about old times and,
Right.
and you know, all really cool motorcycle stories
Yeah, I mean,
and
this
stuff
is-
like that.
This
yeah.
is stuff that you can't Google. You can't ask Siri. So this is our point of our show, is to just keep two wheels alive in motorcycling. So thank you guys, everybody, for watching and comments and everything else. And we'll see you guys next week.
Okay.
Okay. We'll see ya.
See you next week.